Can you believe Uganda has hosted even Sinach, Nathaniel Bessie, Mercy Chinwo, and Elevation Band all in the last 12 months? Uganda is going through a worship revival, and I am here for it. Now it's important to note that Phaneroo has had a hand in many of the live performances that we have received, and its importance is not the reason you are thinking. It's significant because Phaneroo is holding yet another big event, the Global Inter-University Conference. And another guest appearance is going to be had, or should I say, a familiar face returns. Welcome back to the channel. We are here to discuss what I believe is the real reason why Dunsin Oyekan is returning to minister in Uganda.
And if you would, can you allow me to sing along?
Now, if you've been in Phaneroo for a few years, you have picked up on a few things about Apostle Grace Lubega. A man who was called by God at a tender age. A man who enjoys his solitude. He has a deep appreciation for church history. He never wanted to be in the spotlight in ministry. He holds submission in the highest of regard for the progression of the body and its members. He has been in active ministry for roughly the last 20 years. He also has a deep reverence for the testimony of King David. This is not news to anyone. However, your jaws will drop, as did mine, when you hear what I had as I compiled this video.
I'm a revivalist. My heart is to see that a generation gets back on their knees to God.
Who's your favorite Bible character? Do you have one?
David. Straight up. David. I mean, I can go on and on and tell you. The Gen Zs, the young adults, listen to me carefully. There's so much the Lord wants to do with you. The Bible says in Joel 2, I believe that we are in a critical time that the Lord wants to use us, but we are going to need a lot of guidance. Not control, but guidance. And I know that for every generation, there's almost a rebellious, there's this thing that wants to, I mean, it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But that's why I said guidance, not control. There's something very heavy that the Lord wants to do with us. We are going to need guidance. It's not, like, fame to me is not, it's just something that makes me, it doesn't, by the mercies of God, the way I was trained, it doesn't get to my head. Okay. I mean, I live a normal life. I do my things myself. And you know, and I always tell my generation, look at the former generation. The problem is we don't look. There is nothing happening now that has never happened before.
Nothing is new underneath the sun.
If you are a good student of history and you follow the move of God, everything we are seeing now, the fathers have experienced them. Look at the pitfalls, avoid them. Look at, if we listen to our fathers, we'll avoid a lot of things. This is what I always tell people. This walk with God is a relay race. They must give you the baton. If you get that, if you can't get it,
forget about it.
Anybody who knows me knows that I love my space.
Okay.
So one of the things I keep to my, I always like to withdraw. So after every program, my next move is to withdraw.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the energy lifting, it's a divine irony. The more you want to be exposed, is the more God shuts you down. Yeah. The more you want to be shut out, is the more God exposes you. Yeah, because He knows you can carry it. Yeah. Because really, God hides His best men. So I remember going for Guerilla Canoes conference as young as 9, 8, 10 years old.
With your dad, right?
With my dad. And I
would look fasting there.
Yes, that's what I'm about to say. I will look throughout the hall and I'll be the only child in the hall. Not only that, I won't eat until we are done in the night.
These two men of God resemble, spiritually, of course. Once you get over the surprising similarity, you'll find the deeper conversation to be had and maybe even come to my conclusion. Guys, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like and share it with a friend. It really supports the channel. Thank you. There are no coincidences in God. Two very impactful men rising to prominence with the same molding of the ages, though they be from different lands, miles from each other, different cultures, different backgrounds, different upbringings. It's almost as though God has a way of doing his things. When the Bible says, at the testimony of 2 or 3, a thing be established, any student and or any other well-wishers, myself included, in the arena should listen. And I emphasize actively listen, because that day you will have over 40 years of ministry to guide you. Now, if you're still here looking for how to supernaturally accelerate your life, click this video below.